Hey guys, it's Louie, and today I'm here to talk to you about men growing out their hair. Basically, to start off with growing out your hair, you should really get to know what it is. So is your hair frizzy, coarse, curly, straight, wavy, thick, thin? All these things basically relate to the way you should maintain your hair and enable it to grow long. If your hair is frizzy, coarse and curly, that means that the oil sits in the roots of your hair and takes a while to actually get to the ends, which can actually cause your hair to get very dry and also promote it to be very coarse. So in order to stop this, you should probably be brushing the hair, so you brush the oils to the end of the hair, probably deep conditioning it every once and now and then, and probably using like an oil or a treatment in it every now and then just to kind of keep it soft and keep it nourished, if that makes sense, because health is very important when it comes to actually growing out the hair. So you should probably use a product like maybe a Moroccan oil, or argan oils are good as well. Yeah, that sort of thing, because that'll like stop it from being frizzy and coarse, you know, and hopefully will kind of weigh it down a little bit, so then it won't be kind of going everywhere like an afro. Now, if your hair is straight or wavy or thin, basically what happens is it kind of loses its life. It's not very shiny, it's very flat on the face, doesn't look that great, can get can look very oily quite quickly. So probably I would suggest doing maybe blow drying it, putting a dry shampoo in it, and also putting products in it as well to kind of volumize it a little bit. So like basically with my hair is wavy and it's thick. So basically what I do is I use it's called a Hotted Violet by Fudge, and basically what this does is, because I have blonde bits in the end of my hair, which I haven't done, it just kind of lightens it up. What this does is it tones it, so it stops it from being yellow and it kind of lightens it up a little bit. And also it goes in the roots, so it sticks it up and makes it very voluminous. Also as well, if you don't like washing your hair a lot, and you don't want to get it wet, because I particularly don't like it when my hair is wet and it's sitting on my neck a lot, so I always try and blow dry it. I know that the heat's not always good, so basically what you can use is you can use dry shampoo, and what this is, it basically eats the oil away out of your scalp. So if your hair's, you know, 2-3 days old, looking a bit oily, looking a bit flat, you can just spray this in 30 centimeters away, shake it up, and it gets rid of it. Too easy. So your hair grows approximately ½ inch every month. Now this is actually by fact. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people will say that you can have a lot of protein, take some vitamins and things like that, and it'll make your hair grow quicker. Not really. What it does is it just helps promote the health of the hair. Always keep the hair healthy and it'll grow. There isn't really much you can do to make it grow quicker. It's just gonna have to, you know, patience is a virtue, you know? So I've been growing my hair for about 10 months. My hair was like a shaved cut, and it was 10 months ago. Everyone told me not to start growing my hair, but then I wanted to, and you know, you've got to get through that phase where people will keep telling you to cut it, but then you're just like, no, keep going, you've got to persevere. I know it gets a little bit messy at times, and it can get to a style where you're kind of like, oh my god, what is this? I look like a, you know, it looks shaggy, it looks stupid. But what you can do is you can get some wax. Don't get gel. The difference between wax and gel is that wax is oil-based, gel is water-based. Gel is the stuff that you use when you're like 10 and when you're in primary school. You used to like rub it in and then like do like the flicky fringe thing, or like you slick it back, or like what bus drivers use, you know, like that sort of stuff. Not stereotyping, it's just what I know. Basically like a wax is an oil-based, so it stops it from being wet. It makes it look dry, but it gives you that texture. Also, a way to get more volume is blow drying. And also, as I said earlier, this. So when you're growing out your hair, you can dye it, like you can dye it, but it also has ammonia in it, so ammonia is not very good for the health of the hair, but it's not really going to do too much. Basically all it's going to do is it's just going to coat the hair. So you can dye it brown, black, you know, all that sort of thing. I would avoid bleach. Bleach is a different story. There's dye, and then there's bleach. So if you want to go blonde, that's bleaching your hair. And bleaching isn't good for the hair, it dries it out, it causes snapping. So really, it's not really going to help promote the hair growth. It'll probably stop it. If you've noticed that like, if your hair is blonde, and your hair isn't growing very much because you're bleaching it and usually using a lot of heat, it doesn't actually get anywhere because the ends are just snapping off. So bleach, you should try and avoid. As I was saying as well, with heating products, try and avoid heat products. I know I said blow dryers, but you know, blow drying every now and then is different to using a straightener every day, because straighteners and curling irons go up to at least like 200 degrees. You're putting that on your head, it's just gonna, you know, ruin your hair. Not saying you can't do it every now and then, but don't do it every day. It's just not gonna help it, you know? Also, guys, curly hair, just embrace the curly hair. Don't straighten it. There's nothing worse than when you see a guy who's tried to straighten his hair when it's curly and it just goes like a frizz bob and it just doesn't sit properly. it's not a good look. Just, I would suggest personally, just embrace the natural hairstyle and hair flow that you have and just work with it. There are plenty of tools, plenty of like products, things out there that can help you achieve a look that looks good. I would also probably suggest always try and keep the hair off the face, because having the hair on the face can kind of hide it a little. Always try and throw it back a little bit. Like my hair at the moment, because it's been 10 months, it looks a little bit 80s with its flick and stuff, but because I'm always throwing it back, it gives it a good look. Like, well, that's what I think anyway. There are also other ways that you can do your hair as well. Like sometimes you can always throw it back in a ponytail. If you want to do that, you can do that. That's also very good for if you have work issues and you want to tie it up, you can tie it in a ponytail, you can do it in a bun, play it up a little bit, because I know how it is, like when you're growing out your hair, it gets very tiresome, you feel like everyone else has such cool hairstyles and you're sitting there with this big mop and you're kind of like, what am I gonna do? But basically, yeah, try and embrace it, try and mix it up a little bit, flip it around, and after all, when it gets a little bit longer, that's when you'll start looking cool. And let's face it, like, guys can cut their hair into a style and they can copy anyone, but once your hair is long, it's gonna take them ages to get it that way. Like, like this is 10 months and when it was like a size 2, so it's grown about 10 centimeters. Does that make sense? Like, I reckon it's like, your hair grows half an inch every month, so I would say that was probably about 1.2 centimeters. That's what I'd say. So if you want to judge how long it's going to take you to grow your hair long, just go by that. Okay guys, so I hope this video has helped you a little bit when it comes to styling, growing out your hair, the health, the maintaining. So don't forget to thumbs up and ask me any questions. If you need some more help, I'm more than happy to do another video about it.